Florida is seeing a surge of new residents during this pandemic. Our correspondent Stephanie Bertini is live from downtown Miami with this story.
Let's call it domestic migration. It seems South Florida is attracting more people during this pandemic from across the United States, especially people from California, New York, and other parts of the Northeast. The couple you're about to meet was slightly ahead of the curve.
It was just her and I, nothing keeping us rooted anywhere, so we took advantage of that.
For Andrew Rotier and Nora Ludani, COVID-19 has been mostly about adventure.
And I wanted to explore more.
Since the start of the pandemic, they've lived in 3 different states and traveled across many more state lines on an extended road trip.
We went to a bunch of national parks, Yosemite and Yellowstone, Grand Tetons. We stopped in Chicago and Salt Lake City.
Pre-pandemic, they called California home, specifically the Bay Area, where Rotier was working in the tech industry. Ludani was working as a buyer until she was laid off. As she transitioned to another job in the virtual space, Rotier was already working from home.
At the beginning, it was like super locked down, so there wasn't really much to do.
The isolation and work from home lifestyle fueled the long road trip between last spring and summer. Eventually, they settled in New York.
So wintertime, they were going back into another lockdown. We don't want to do this. Like, let's at least go somewhere warm.
So they signed a 7-month lease and joined a growing group of people relocating to South Florida during the pandemic.
We're finding that the rental market is very strong.
This South Florida realtor says her workload grows every day.
And a lot of people are moving from other states that maybe were more shut down than we were.
Where are they coming from primarily?
They're mostly coming from either the Northeast or from California.
This couple says they found their dollar could go farther in South Florida's rental world.
The rental prices were just like very affordable.
For $2,000 a month, they're living in a high-rise condo in the heart of Miami and experiencing a social life they know firsthand is different than in other parts of the U.S.
Because I don't think it's quite as enjoyable, paying New York pricing when you can't do anything that New York has to offer.
But with New York set to be more open in the summer, the couple is planning to move back there once their lease is up here in Miami. Now, they might not find, if they do decide to come back, such a good rate when it comes to rent or a 7-month lease. They did say moving back to Miami in the future is not beyond the realm of possibility.
Stephanie, what an interesting story this couple has. When it comes to real estate market, what kind of changes is this growing demand bringing to South Florida?
So by way of example, the couple was locked into $2,000 a month over the course of 7 months in the lease that they signed. Now, if they do decide to come back, as I mentioned, they probably won't find that type of pricing because rent is going up here in downtown Miami and in other parts of South Florida. Now, when it comes to the sales market, that is booming, according to people in the real estate business. I'm reporting live in downtown Miami. I'm Stephanie Bertini for BNC.
Thank you, Stephanie.